Welcome back to my YouTube channel WC Coins. World today we are going to explore in great depth the fascinating and complete history of the 1988 1-cent coin, a coin that at first glance may seem like an everyday common piece of currency, but when studied closely reveals a wealth of history, design, changes, minting details, and intriguing facts that make it a captivating subject for collectors, historians, and anyone interested in numismatics. We will journey through its origin, its place in the timeline of coin production, the role it played in the economy, the mints that produced it, and the variations that exist across different mint marks and production facilities, all while understanding how this humble coin carries a legacy of craftsmanship and history. The 1988 1-cent coin belongs to the Lincoln Cent series, which has been in production since 1909 and was originally introduced to honor the 100th anniversary of the birth of President Abraham Lincoln, designed by Victor David Brenner. The obverse of the coin features a portrait of Lincoln that became one of the most iconic designs in American coinage history by the time we reached 1988. The Lincoln Cent had already undergone important changes, most notably the shift from a bronze composition to a copper-plated zinc composition. In 1982, this was due to rising copper prices, which made it too expensive to continue producing cents primarily from copper. Thus, the 1988 1-cent coin was struck in the newer copper-plated zinc format, which weighs 2.5 grams instead of the earlier 3.11 grams bronze coins. In 1988, the United States Mint produced the 1-cent coin in three main locations: the Philadelphia Mint, the Denver Mint, and the San Francisco Mint. Each of these facilities played a role in creating coins that would circulate widely across the United States and sometimes internationally, as American currency often travels with tourist trade and collectors. Coins from Philadelphia typically carried no mint mark. Coins from Denver were marked with a small letter D, and coins from San Francisco carried the letter S, primarily on proof coins intended for collectors. These mint marks are important identifiers for numismatists because they indicate the origin of the coin and can sometimes affect its rarity and value. The Philadelphia Mint in 1988 was responsible for producing a massive number of 1-cent coins, as it was the primary facility for feeding the eastern half of the United States with coinage. Philadelphia struck hundreds of millions of cents without a mint mark, and although they may seem common, they hold interest for collectors when found in high grades with sharp details and pristine surfaces. This is especially true for coins that escaped the heavy wear of circulation and survive in mint state condition. The Denver Mint in 1988 was equally important, producing hundreds of millions of cents with the D mint mark for distribution primarily to the western half of the country. Denver minted coins are often known for having strong strikes and crisp details, although in some years striking quality can vary. Collectors pay close attention to any minor differences between Philadelphia and Denver issues in terms of color, luster, and overall appearance. The San Francisco Mint in 1988 focused on producing proof cents. Intended for collectors, proof coins are made using specially prepared dies and planchets struck multiple times to bring out sharp details and mirror-like fields. These coins bear the S mint mark and are typically sold in proof sets. Collectors prize them for their beauty, precision, and limited mintage compared to the billions of regular business strike cents produced by Philadelphia and Denver. One of the most interesting aspects of the 1988 1-cent coin is the existence of a notable variety known as the 1988 reverse of 1989 variety. This variety occurs when a reverse die intended for 1989 production was used in 1988, creating a subtle but detectable design difference on the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse of the coin, specifically the designer initials FG, which stand for Frank Gasparo, are positioned differently on the reverse of 1,989 dies compared to 1988 dies. Coins with this variety are sought after by collectors and can carry a premium, especially in higher grades. The change in the positioning of the designer initials FG is a perfect example of how small details can distinguish one variety from another. For many years, casual observers and even some collectors overlooked such differences, but in modern numismatics, attention to minute variations has become a key part of the hobby. The 1988 Reverse of 1989 variety was first identified by sharp-eyed collectors, and its recognition has since spread widely through coin publications, forums, and grading companies. In addition to this variety, there are other minor differences in the 1988 1-cent coins, such as variations in strike quality, planchet surface, and color tone due to the copper plating process. Some coins may exhibit darker red-brown hues while others retain bright red copper luster, fresh from the mint coins that maintain their original bright red color. Over decades are especially desirable to collectors as copper tends to tone over time. The copper-plated zinc composition, introduced in 1982, brought its own set of challenges and characteristics, unlike the older bronze cents. The newer coins have a thin copper layer over a zinc core. This means that if the copper plating is damaged, the underlying zinc can be exposed, leading to corrosion and pitting. Collectors often inspect 1988 cents for signs of such damage, as it can significantly impact a coin's grade and desirability. The 1988 1-cent coin also reflects the production technology of its time. The use of high-speed presses, precision dies, and quality control systems ensured billions of coins could be produced efficiently. Yet, even with advanced minting techniques, small errors still occurred. Error coins from 1988, such as off-center strikes, double dies, and die cracks, are collected for their uniqueness and can sometimes fetch higher prices than regular issues. The Lincoln Memorial reverse design used on the 1988 cent was introduced in 1959 to mark the 150th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth, replacing. Thank you for joining me today on WC Coins World as we explored the complete history, design variations, mint marks, and collectible value of the 1988 1-cent coin. A small, yet remarkable piece of American coinage that holds a deeper story than its humble face value suggests, from the legacy of the Lincoln cent series to the fascinating reverse of 1989 variety and the role of each mint in shaping its production. This coin reminds us that every piece of currency is a fragment of history that passes through countless hands and lives before finding its way into the collections of those who appreciate its significance. I hope this journey has given you a greater understanding and appreciation for the details and craftsmanship that go into even the smallest denominations. Remember to like, share, and subscribe so you can join me in discovering more coins from around the world and unlocking the rich stories they carry. Until next time, keep searching, keep collecting, and keep the history of coins alive with every discovery you make.